Please help me welcome back to the stage, Robin Getman.
Wow, look at you, you stayed. Thank you, and I would love to believe you stayed for me. And I know there are 9 more prizes that will be delivered. So I want to take all of this wonderful stuff that you've heard today, this beautiful quilt, this patchwork, if you will, and sort of string it together with what you just heard in the introduction. Laugh from your toes, lead from your soul, serve from your heart. And I'm a storyteller by nature, so I'm going to tell you a 10-minute story that brings all of those together. And I use it in my customer service work, I use it in my laughter work, I use it in leading from your soul. And I often will ask people, out of 3 jobs, which one would you want most? Would you like to be a bookstore cashier? Would you like to be an express lane cashier or a garbage collector? What do you think their number 1 choice is? We only get 10 minutes, so it's really good just to yell that stuff out, even if you're not convicted. What do you think? Bookstore, express lane, or garbage? Bookstore. Bookstore, that's the number 1. What do you think is the number 3? And I felt surprised by this answer. Do you think it's garbage or express lane? Express. Number 3 is express lane. The least desirable job is express lane cashier. The most desirable job is bookstore cashier. So we're going to start this story at the back of the room, because it's really where the story begins. And I'll tell you the story of the bookstore cashier, the most desirable job. So I went to my favorite bookstore, the big warehouse kind, right? And I knew better than to enter in the front door. If I park in the front parking lot, I won't get out. And I'm in a hurry. So I walk into the back door. I'm just going to sneak in, get my book, and go. And there's a single cashier standing at the back door. And she has what I like to call the body language. She sees me enter the door. She does this. I run up. I say, "Can you tell me where I'll find Anne Lamott's Traveling Mercies?" To which she says, "I don't have a clue. You have to go to the customer service desk. They'll take you right to it." Now, fortunately, I've been to the store. I know where the customer service desk is, and I'm in a hurry. So I begin my trek towards the customer service desk. Now, I came in the back door. Where do you think the customer service desk is located? Front door, opposite corner. I go to that person at the kiosk. I say, "Can you tell me where I'll find Anne Lamott's Traveling Mercies?" To which that person said, "I will take you there." Off we go. Anybody see where this is headed? Any takers? Where do you think Anne Lamott's Traveling Mercies is located?
Next to the back.
Now remember, I came in the back door. She's standing at the back desk, the only cashier. There is a row of books, a shelf of books in front of her. And Anne Lamott's Traveling Mercies is right in front of her eye. You kind of have to wonder what she does all day. Now, I want you to contrast that with the least desirable position, which is the express lane cashier. How many of you have been to Minneapolis and you know the store Byerly's Lunds? Okay, a couple Byerly's Lunds. It was 11 years ago when I lost 36 pounds on Weight Watchers. And I will wait for the applause. Now, the applause is not for losing it. What's the applause for? Keeping it off. And when I found out that the way I was going to have to lose weight was to eat lots of fruits and vegetables, I thought the only way I can do that, because I didn't think I liked them, was to go to Byerly's Lunds Salad Bar, because they have the greatest salad bar. There's just one problem. I'm going to want to go 3-4 times a week, and I don't like waste. If I go to the salad bar, they're going to give me those clam containers and end up in the landfill, and then it occurred to me, I'll bring my own containers from home. So, first time I walk up to any cashier, I set down the containers. The cashier looks and says, "These aren't our containers." To which I say, "I know. They're mine. I bring them from home." To which they say, "Well, this is going to weigh more. It's going to cost you more." I say, I don't mind. I am saving the planet. Now, on this particular day, I go to a different register. I step up to Susie's register, the express lane cashier. Susie looks down and says, these aren't our containers. And I said, I know. She said, they're yours. You brought these from home. That's brilliant. I said, yes. Yes, it is. And now I have a new dilemma, right? Because I want to impress Susie. And this isn't going to be easy. I'm a technophobic baby boomer. And I have learned to be a technophobic baby boomer because in and out of every retail establishment where I've been empowered to self-swipe my credit card, I invariably do it wrong. And I know I do it wrong because the person who is behind the register, who is usually 12, gives me that look, like, go ahead, make my day. And I do it wrong, and so then they seize the card as if it was a loaded weapon. They take it and turn it so everyone in the store can see I had the magnetic stripe going the wrong direction. And now, because I can no longer be trusted with my own card, they swipe it for me. And even though it's a major inconvenience, they lean over the counter and they push the buttons. It's humiliating. I don't want to be humiliated like that, so I want to impress Susie. I decide I'll study for the big exam. I begin reading the instructions. Susie looks up. She notices that I'm reading the instructions. She says, you know what? Those things are so confusing. Turn the magnetic stripe towards you. Swipe it back towards the ice cream, then press yellow, then press blue. Rips off the receipt and says, and this one's for you. Wow! 15 years I've been going to the same store. I didn't know there was a yellow and a blue button. Did you know there's a yellow and a blue button at every register and no one's pointed it out until Susie? So from that day forward, whose register do I go to? Susie's, because Susie makes me feel like $1 million. Now, what I haven't told you is we have a dear friend who does what I do for a living. And she grew up in Minnesota, lived in St. Paul until she was 59, grew up her business, grew up her kids, and then her kids went to Denver, Colorado, and began to breed. When they began breeding, where did she need to be? Denver, Colorado. She said to me, now what do I do? My business is in Minnesota. I said, so's your mother. You're going to come back here, come back, have a week. Stay in our home. That'll save you hotel. Use our car. That'll save you the rental car. She said, if I'm going to stay in your home and I'm going to use your car and groceries, then I'm contributing to groceries. We said, well, here are the containers. Sent her off to Byerly's. Now, whose line does she get into? Susie's, right? And Susie looks down, sees the containers, looks up, looks down, says, what have you done with Robin? Kayleen comes home. She's so excited. She said, I met Susie. I said, I love Susie. She said, well, Susie loves you. She said, Susie asked me to give you a message. On July 31st, this is 5 years ago, on July 31st, she will retire. I thought, oh, shoot, I love Susie. But if I'm home on July 31st, I'll make a point to go to Byerly's. I'll get a salad, I'll take a gift, a card, a hug. I'll thank her for the transformational difference she's made in my life. Sure enough, July 31st rolls around. I run into the store, I grab my salad, I turn around, and there is a line, like 12 people deep, from the express lane. And I thought there must be a sale, a special event. But that can't be true, because the gentleman who's at the register next to hers, you know how they do that side-by-side thing? He's standing there with his chin resting on the readout. He has a handwritten sign above his register that says, Susie's non-regulars. Think about that. On your last day of work, and you heard Joe Schmidt ask this question, who do people show up for? On your last day of work, will people go out of their way to stand in line when they're in a hurry to give you a gift, a card, a hug, for the transformational difference you've made in their lives? I would love to come make that transformational difference in your workplace, to talk about laughing from your feet, laughing from your toes, leading from your soul, serving from your heart. Thank you for your time and attention.